What's up, fam? It's your boy Harvey. I was sitting here thinking about back in the day, right? When that dope used to come on like gangbusters, right? When I was a dope fiend, right? Hey, I'm talking about way back in the day, right? It used to come on like gangbusters. I mean, seriously. It used to come on like gangbusters, boy. Back in the day when they had the New York quarters and the six paps and things like that. Back in the 70s and 80s. I mean, back in the 70s and 80s. And maybe some of the 90s, right? You know what I mean? Because it fluctuated, right? But way back in the day, yeah, that thing used to come on like gangbusters, man. That's when dope was, you know, real dope. That's what I believe. It was real dope back then, right? You know what I mean? Back in the day, right? You had powdered meth, you had morphine base, you had little China White, right? You had a variety back then, right? But like I say though, right? The real dope used to come on like gangbusters back in the day, right? You would know you had something up in you, right? And everybody else could tell too, right? Because some people, right, they be feeling wonderful and terrific, right? You know what I mean? They had that aura about them, right? And then some people had that ugly face, right? Yeah, back in the day, right? I was tripping, right? But then I noticed, right? As time went on, right? When I was last using our last dope fiend, right? They started, seemed like I guess they was putting benzos in it or something, right? Because it was different, right? People was acting like zombies and stuff, right? Back in the day, right? You wasn't acting like no zombie. People started acting like zombies and stuff, right? Like, you know what I mean? The dope was mixed with some other stuff, right? It was mixed with some other stuff. Even weak dope, was, you know, different from that, right? They just started mixing any kind of stuff with it, man. That was crazy, but I was just thinking about that, yeah. Back in the day though, yeah, they had the real deal. It used to come on like gangbusters. Sometimes, right, you had to be fighting it, right? You know what I mean? You had to be fighting, you had to be fighting, you know what I mean, to try to stay, you know what I mean, to try to stay up, right? Because we be trying to take you out, right? It used to be so good back in the day. Especially, right, if you was just starting out, right, you put too much up in you, right? Say like you put like 2 spoons up in you, you know, like what they got there. I think they got today, they got jumbo pills or something. Back in the day, boy, you put about 2.5 of them up in you, right? Say you might have like a 70 or 80 or something, right, or whatever, right? You know, a 70 or 80 bag of dope or whatever. Even a 55 or whatever though, right? But back in the day, right, you had some shops, right, you might have about 9.5 spoons in it. Basically about almost 10 jumbo pills, you know what I mean, in a bag of dope, right? Back in the day, you know, it cost a little more, right? You know what I mean? You might pay $55, $70, $80 for it or whatever, right? But you had a bunch of spoons in it. And you know what I mean, you put a couple of those spoons up in you back in the day when it was right, yeah. You better hope you had some coke with it too that was fighting it a little bit, right? And be rumbling backwards and forwards, because you might be going backwards and forwards. But yeah, I was just thinking about that back in the day, right? You might be going, you know what I mean, actually leaning backwards and forwards, you know what I mean? You got some good coke with it and they be rumbling with each other, right? But yeah, that was back in the day, right? When it was real dope out. But I don't think it's like that no more, right? I remember the last time I was using, right? About almost 15 years ago. It wasn't like that, you know what I mean? Every now and then, you know, you find a little something, right, that you can work with, right? But it wasn't like, you know what I mean, back in the day. Yeah, man, but that, you know what I mean, that thing used to come on like gangbusters, right? Yeah, for real. But yeah, man, it's different now though, man. I know it's much more different. Because like I say, back in the day, 15 years ago, it was changing over, right? So I know it's nothing like what it used to be, right? Because you can look at the people and see, right, what's going on with them, especially if you've been there, already been there and done that, right? But yeah, fam, I just wanted to give a little bit about, you know what I mean, when it used to come on like gangbusters, you know, the different qualities of the things back in the day, right? And how it is nowadays. All right, fam, that's it, right? Just a little something more about that dope. And I was a dope fiend when it used to come on like gangbusters.